today what I'm doing is I'm going to give y'all some tips on some things that I have gotten questions on recently. I have done girls' homecoming makeup and brides makeup. I've had some questions about this, so I just thought that I would share my knowledge with y'all and maybe help y'all in the long run. I'm showing y'all on one side of my face what to do whenever you know that you are having your pictures taken and what not to do whenever you are having your pictures taken. I am up, it is 12:24 in the morning. I have my softbox lights on. That's why it looks like it's daytime outside. This is my first time videoing with these lights on. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. Okay, so the first half of my face I'm going to do the wrong way, and the second half of my face I'm going to do the right way. So let's go ahead and get started with the primer. So this primer is by L'Oreal and it is the Magic Lumi primer, and this is my favorite primer. The reason you don't want to use this primer if you are planning on getting your picture taken is because it is a light infusing primer, which means that it reflects light. So if you have flash photography in your face, then it's going to show up in those pictures and make you look stark white. So I'm applying this to one half of my face so y'all can see what not to do and what it looks like in pictures. So I applied that to this half of my face, and you can see from my lights that are on right now how much it stands out from the light, which shows you how much it would stand out if you were doing flash photography. So for the correct side of my face, I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is the little sample. I've never had a problem with this primer whenever I get my pictures taken, so it's just a good primer to have whenever you know that you are going to get your pictures taken. Let's count how many times I say get your pictures taken. So you can tell the difference that the light is just shining and making all this look really highlighted, and then I turn this way and this just looks really matte and very natural. So now I'm going to go in with my foundation, and for both sides of my face I'm going to use Revlon Color Stay, but let me give you all a hint about foundations. If you're getting your picture taken, you want to stay away from SPF. So if you see your foundation, for example, this one is from Maybelline and it is the Super Stay Better Skin Foundation, and it has an SPF of 15. SPF 15. So you always want to take a look at your foundation and make sure that it doesn't say anything about SPF. Revlon Color Stay does not say 0 SPF. It doesn't say anything about SPF. So make sure to look for a foundation without SPF. That is the biggest thing that I can tell you. Okay, so I'm going to use this one on both sides of my face because I would use this, but it's just really too dark for my skin, so it would not even look okay. I love this foundation. It is my go-to from the drugstore. It's a really nice coverage and for a really good price. So I highly recommend Revlon Color Stay, especially this time of year whenever girls have homecoming and prom and all that coming up. It's just a good foundation to have in your collection, especially for pictures. By the way, I applied that foundation with a beauty blender. I just love the way that a beauty blender applies foundation. It makes it look really even and natural, but you can use a brush or anything that y'all like to use. I just love damp beauty blenders. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to show y'all is what not to do with concealer. I am taking the Master Conceal Concealer by Maybelline, and this one is in the shade Light. It looks like this. I'm going to do what I do every single day. I'm going to take that concealer and I'm going to bring it down into a V. So this is what I would do every single day. I would bring it in that V shape and highlight underneath the eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. So let me go ahead and explain while I'm blending why you don't need to do this technique if you are planning on taking pictures. The reason for this is because this concealer is lighter than my skin. That highlight shade that you put underneath your eye in that V shape is going to stand out like crazy. I'm sure some of y'all have had this incident, most of us have, where someone takes a flash picture and you look at the picture and you're like, what happened to my face. And this is normally the problem, that someone takes a concealer that's lighter than their skin and the camera just points it out. On the correct side of my face, I'm going to show y'all what to do. So now I'm going to take the shade Light Medium. This one is the same concealer, it's the same Master Conceal by Maybelline, but this shade is closer to my real skin tone. So I'm going to take that, and what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to take it in that V shape like I did before. I'm going to take a little bitty dot. I'm going to blend it only where the darkness is. I'm not highlighting, I'm just covering dark circles. The difference here, on the wrong side, I took that highlight all the way down into a V shape. And right here, I just covered where that darkness was. And it looks the same, but in pictures, you know what I'm saying? My camera just died, so I went ahead and just filled in my eyebrows really quick. But anyways, now I'm going to show y'all on the wrong side how not to set your concealer in your whole face. So this is the NYX HD Studio Finishing Powder, and it says HD Studio Photogenic. So you think in your head, okay, well that would look awesome in my prom pictures or wedding pictures. No, it does not look awesome in pictures. This HD Studio Photogenic powder means videos. So this powder is for video. So if someone is shooting a commercial or something like that, this powder would look gorgeous on their face and it would make it look flawless. Like for what I'm doing, I have these lights put up, and if I put this on my face, then it looks good. But if you do flash photography, this looks terrible. So anytime you see a product that says HD Photogenic, stay away from anything that says HD, especially on your wedding day or homecoming. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face with this powder. It looks like this. I don't know if I showed y'all, but this is what it looks like. See that HD? Stay away. Stay away. I'm going to take a powder brush like this one, and I am just going to put, look at that. Do y'all see that? And I'm going to set this side of my face. Okay, so look at the difference from this side and this side. That looks really pretty. It looks flawless and it looks really good. But just wait till the end whenever I flash this stuff. Okay, so another HD powder that I want to mention to y'all is this one, again from NYX, and it is their HD Finishing Powder in the shade Banana. I've used this in flash photography, and it's not as bad as the loose white powder, but you can still see a little bit of a highlight. So I'm not saying throw this one in the garbage, because it's not that bad. You know what I mean? I still wouldn't use this in my wedding pictures or homecoming, but it's not terrible. So I still love this powder. So now for the correct side of the face, I'm going to set my foundation and my concealer using a powder that is the color of my skin. So I'm not using a translucent powder, and I'm not using an HD powder. I'm using a powder foundation that is the color of my skin. So for this, I'm using the BH Studio Pro Matte Finish Press Powder. And this is also a dupe for MAC. Whoa, I did not even know that that was there. This is a dupe for MAC powders, and the packaging is identical. And they're really good powders. They have good coverage. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to take a different powder brush just because I don't want to get that HD over here. I'm going to take this powder brush and just do the same thing, but not regret it in the end. So those steps that I just did are the most important steps to stay away from and the most important steps to do. So now I'm just going to apply some mascara. I'm not doing a whole full out look because, like I told y'all, it's kind of late. I'm just wanting to show y'all some tips so that you don't get that flashback anymore, because I know it's embarrassing. I've happened to me, and I'm like, please do not post that picture on Instagram. So I get it, so I'm just trying to help y'all out. Also, an important thing that I'm going to show y'all on the correct side of my face is two things. So the first thing that is important to do is apply some blush. And you want to go a little bit crazy with your blush, because sometimes in your pictures you put blush on and you think that it was a lot, but it doesn't show up in your pictures. I just like to apply more blush than I would normally, just because blush is always the first thing that fades. So I'm taking my blush brush and the Clinique blush in Fig Pop, and I'm going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. So that looks like it would be enough. And on the other side of my face, I'm going to take a different blush brush. I have two of the same. But I'm going to take this one and I'm going to apply just a little bit of blush like we would normally. So that looks about right, about how much I would put normally. A lot of people forget that you need bronzer on your face. You need a little bit of a contour to carve out your cheekbones in pictures, especially. This is not something that you have to do, but it's something that really makes your pictures stand out. So I'm going to take this contouring brush and a contouring palette, and this one is the My Sculpted Face palette. I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm going to carve out where my cheekbones are. I'm also going to take that and I'm going to put that on my temple. So the reason that I like to bronze up the face whenever I know that I'm going to take pictures is because if you look at this side right now compared to this side over here just looks really flat, and this side kind of has a pop of color because it's not all the same color throughout. You have bronzer on your face and some blush, and this side just looks one color. So that's why I really recommend to contour a little bit and to really bronze up the face. But on this side, a little bit of bronzer, just throw it on, not really contour or anything. Okay, so after that, you would just apply your lipstick, and there's no technique or things you shouldn't do with lipstick for photographs. So I'm just taking this Baby Lips chapstick with a little bit of pink in it and just putting that on my lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop up the picture of the flash photo. So I really hope these tips help y'all out the next time that y'all are going out for a night, and know that there are going to be a lot of pictures taken and you don't want to be embarrassed about your makeup. I have been there and it really is embarrassing, so I just wanted to share that with y'all because I've had a lot of questions about it. So I hope that y'all could see from the picture that it's best to just stay away from that SPF and add a little bit more than you normally would. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.